Oh, well, you all, hello, it is Teaska Day. Good afternoon, good evening. I hope all are well, hope all are safe. So this will be number 3 to the 123 video. And this will be the last video, and I'm pretty much not going to mention anything, because after this video, I'm just going to let you go. So this is pretty much, this video is letting go of the people who there's no hope for. If you're brain dead, if you really feel like you found greener grass, if you feel like you got all the answers, and if you feel like you're right, this is where we let these people go. We're going to let you go the long way. And I say that because the previous video was the woman. Like, okay, the woman, she's literally getting rid of our messiahs, via terminating the pregnancy. But then we're gonna add the men in too, because we have the men. The men is like literally for the women who actually do keep their children. Men, you're leaving your children with this Jezebel. So she probably kept her children, but she's destroying her children, and she's basically and virtually feeding them to the wolves. So with that being said, the woman, she might have the gumption and might have the power to get rid of them, but what about, where are you, Father? Where are you to save those children? If you're literally going to leave your children with a single mother, you are just as guilty as she is. Because it's like the children, that's the worst place for a child, is left with a single mother. Because you get that single mother feel like, well, I'm doing everything myself, now I got to do something strange for some change, or now I got to have some strange man in here to come in the house to take care of me and my children, and they don't know who the hell they're laying up with. And then you don't know why that man is in the house with your children. Here's a word of advice and a word to the wise, and a word of, this is some information for single women who feel like they've arrived because they found a new man. Here's a tip for you. Most of the time, if a man calls himself being interested in a single woman, I don't want to say most of the time or half the time, but a lot of the times, they're more interested in the children. If you get the short and sweet about it, especially if you have like teenage children, sometimes it seems like, okay, here's the thing, if I can spit this out without sounding crazy. Okay, so you'll have the children, you have the mother and the father. If the father's not there, he probably either don't want to be bothered, or he didn't know about it, or maybe you scared him away because you're a heckling bitch. But with that being said, well, the actual father isn't there either because you pushed him away, or because he don't want to be bothered. If another man steps in to try to take the responsibility or take the place of the other man, you better believe he's not there for you. He's probably there for the children. He's probably there to tamper with the children, or to mistreat the whatever it is. If there's children involved, he's not saying, oh, I want to be with you because you're a single mother and you deserve help with the children. And I'm not saying that's not the case, because some men probably will be like, okay, well, I just want to look out for all children, whether they're mine or not, because children need somebody. But I'm saying in certain circumstances, if I'm a grown-ass man and with a woman with 2, 3, 4 children, sometimes that grown-ass man is probably just with you for the children. And not to help out the children, maybe just to have his way with the children. That happens. And if you don't think that happens, then go to your nearest single mother and ask her what happened to that man that was here just not too long ago. And especially if you rotate men, or you've done had 12 men already, as a single mother, even if they're just with you just to play in your ass, okay, they're just with you playing with your ass, but what are they doing? Why are they moved in? Why are they watching someone else's children, another man's children? Why is your boyfriend killing someone else's children? Why is your girlfriend killing someone else's children? You see what I'm saying? Do you understand? That's why I say half the time they're probably not just there just to play in your ass. They're there to have their way with the children as well. They're there to beat the children as well. They're there to use you for your resources or your Lunchables that you got for your children. Okay? So again, for the men, stop leaving your children with these single mothers. So my thing is, if you're not there for your children, I feel like you should receive a toe tag too. Because if your children are going to suffer at the end of the day, you might want to go down with them or before them. And therefore, they'll have a reason to be fed to the wolves. Because again, you have children, but you leave your children with a single mother to be destroyed. Like I said, that's probably the second worst place where children could be. A child, I would say the number one worst place where a child could be is in the system. The second worst place where a child could be is with a single mother. And I'm not saying the grandparents ain't shit either, because they're not. Grandparents are just as raggedy these days too. You think, oh, my grandmama raised you. Yeah, maybe in the 60s that was cute or that was okay. But these days, this new era of men and women are just, they're a disgrace. That's why I say now this is the time to just let these people go. Feed you to the wolves and you'll be done with it. Then you'll get people who, let's say for instance, okay, well, you're a raggedy ass man. I can't do nothing with you, so now I gotta go to the winning team. Gotta find myself a pink man or a pink woman or other man or other woman because these women ain't shit. Like literally, I had a dialogue with a man yesterday. Well, the women, the pink women, they listen. Yeah, all y'all black women do, y'all yell, y'all talk, y'all complain, you know. But I'm thinking like, okay, well, black women are yelling and talking because they have complaints. Black men are yelling and talking because they have complaints. That means we both have issues. The pink lady doesn't have it, or the other lady, they don't have issues, or at least not the issues that you have. So of course they're going to have a different intake on it, and of course they're going to understand your struggle because they're going to know, okay, well, you're a nigger with low self-esteem, so of course you're going to think of me as the Messiah because I don't have issues, or I'm going to make your life a little bit easier, quote unquote. And again, with that being said, if you don't understand the science behind it, that we don't share the same issues, and you think that you have arrived, then that's where you're going to have to let these people go. I literally have family members where I'm going to have to let you go because you thought you found greener grass, and I call myself giving you the warning. I'm like, don't you fall for it, because that lady, she will use force against you. Oh, she would never do that. She would never do that, but now your dumb ass is in prison, and probably worse. And like I say, at this point, I am going to let you go. I love you. It'll be nice to see you again, but at this point, I'm going to let you go because you chose death, obviously. And then now the children have to suffer. I'm going to have to let the children go too, because here's the thing. This is another thing we don't consider because we're so, our self-esteem and our mental health are not where it's supposed to be. I feel like I've arrived. I'm like, okay, well, oh, Jason loves me. And let's say Jason really does love me. Oh God, Jason loves me and everything's great. But what about the children? What about the grandparents? What about society? We don't think about that. We just think of, oh, Jason and Becky loves me. I've arrived. But then you have children with them, and then when it's time for your dumb ass to go to prison or time for your dumb ass to die, your children are left with the wolves. We don't consider that. That, okay, well, hell, you probably arrived with Jason, but what about Jason's parents? What about Jason's grandparents? Are they going to harm the children? Are they going to despise the children? And the answer is hell yes, because that's exactly what's happening right now, to the point where I'm just have to let everybody go. If you chose death and you made your bed, I'm just going to ask you what type of flowers do you like, and I'm going to let you go. So therefore, that means like I say, as he's being fed to the wolves, when it comes to me, you have to stay there. If you're fed to the wolves, stay there, and then therefore, if they take you out, then they're going to have to dispose of you too. There is no going to the winning team, getting murdered, and then coming back to me for burial. No. You will be let go completely because you found the greener grass. If you have all the answers, that's perfectly fine. You don't give a damn about your children. It sucks for me, but that's the bed that you've made. You chose death. So, with that being said, what type of flowers do you like? So again, we don't understand because again, we have mental illness problems, we have self-esteem issues, and we only see right there in front of us. Right there in front of me is Jason, and he loves me. Right there in front of me is Becky, and she loves me. And we don't understand that we're literally just looking at basically what's in front of us. Oh, what's in front of me is a decent-looking pink man or a decent-looking pink woman, and they love me. They're actually giving me the time of day. They're giving me attention. They're giving me what I'm not getting at home because I have self-esteem and mental illness problems. And they know that I'm retarded. They know that I have self-esteem issues. And that's what they're going to play on. Do you know how easy it is for a pink woman to get herself a good nigger man or a good nigger woman? It's too easy. You see what I'm saying? She can literally have a dumb nigger man and get another one tomorrow. Because as it was mentioned, it's like we're too thirsty. We're way too thirsty to not allow at least one pink woman to have 10 nigger men in 1 month. And I believe that's true. It is very true. You give that man some attention or give that woman a little bit of attention and then let them feel like something or tickle their fancy just a little bit. And you got them. That's why I already mentioned this before. I figured if I call myself being a setup gal to where I have set you up, get yourself a half decent looking pink woman, whether she's cute or not, or whether she's sexy or not, almost every man is gonna fall for the trap. So if I'm saying figure out if I want to set you up, get yourself a black woman with a fat ass, or basically some sex symbol black woman, or just a regular old plain old pink woman. Mission accomplished. I was literally thinking about this yesterday. Like, look, if I want to set up these nigger men in the world, mission accomplished. Get a pink woman, mission accomplished. It's too easy. Like I said, y'all are too desperate, too thirsty. The brain damage is too high. The self-esteem is too low. You're too easy of a target, and don't understand it until it's time to die. But then that's when you want to run back to base, and it don't work like that. If I figured, if you got everything figured out, you really think that, oh, well, she don't give you any problems? Okay, that's perfectly fine. Because the same way with the issue with the family member, this pink woman didn't give her any problem. And when I said, hey, you might want to watch out for that, I don't trust her from a can of paint. And I told her to her face too, like, I don't want to deal with anybody pink. It's children only. No pink people. Because I don't know if she thought that I wanted a relationship, but I don't. Because I don't know. It wasn't because she was pink. I just don't do that. I don't do that type of business. I don't. The children aren't, since there are children involved, children only. I don't want to see nobody pink. I don't want to see your pink counterparts, your pink family members. I don't want to see your pink ass. Children only. So if I told her that. So in case she thought that I wanted anything to do with her, which I didn't. And I don't. For this very reason, mind you. Both parties are in trouble now. And then the children are fed to the wolves. Do you understand why the hell I said that? But again, he had to learn the hard way. And since he's learning the hard way, I'm going to have to let you go. Because you obviously don't listen. And like I say, since you chose death, what type of flowers do you like? So therefore, like I said, I would love to see you. I would love to see you again. But at this point, you chose death. And you are literally being fed to the wolves. Your children are literally being fed to the wolves. So, with that being said, ain't nothing I can do at this point. And I promise you I'm not going to kick and scratch to get you away. I'm not. You made your bed. You chose death. So therefore, I'm going to have to let you go. So therefore, that's what I'm saying. Here's the message to the world. If you arrive, you found the greener grass, you stay there. Don't wait until you get murdered, then call Black Lives Matter, or then call me to identify the body. No. You found greener grass. When Jason kills you, you stay there. When the bride of Chucky kills you, you stay there. And allow them to dispose of you. Because you've arrived at the morgue. Anyway, be well, be safe.